This is a Spanish-produced 24-hour combat ration pack. Menu number 1. Look at this. It has a TTI freshness stamp. It's a freshness indicator that if the inner circle is lighter than the outer circle, it's showing that the ration is still fresh. It weighs 4 pounds, 5.2 ounces, or 1,962 grams, and it contains 4,035 calories. Breaks down to 129 grams of fat, 45 grams saturated, 541 grams of carbohydrate, 237 grams of sugar, 153 grams of protein, 52 grams of fiber, 14 grams of salt. Packed by Jomipsa out of Spain. Date of production, January 2024. Best before, August 2026. Salty biscuits. 65 grams. Get 2 packs of those. A lot of small components. Nuts and raisins. Isotonic beverage base with vitamins and minerals. Apple flavor. Pack of tea, 1.5 grams. Instant vegetable soup, 22 gram pack. Again, very small portions. It allows for a broader variety of menu variation. Crunchy muesli with dried fruits. Sugar, probably get a bunch of that. Vegan protein shake, lemon flavor. Soy protein, sucralose, salt and pepper. Other sugar, we'll see how many of those you get. 8 grams each. Classic hummus, 50% chickpeas. You also get tahini in there. It's ground sesame seed paste. Sunflower oil. Sunflower oil's very shelf stable. Good shelf life on it. Sweet biscuits, 55 grams. Coffee. That is total weight 3 gram pack. Net weight 2 grams. Partly skimmed milk powder. Gosh, this is like taking a trip to the grocery store. Let's see here. Wow, what's that? Cereal bar with cocoa. That's a thick tri-laminate pack that has a questionable location for its tear notch. Look, tear notch should be at the very top. We'll see if there's a malfunction when opening it. Who knows? Oh wow, nice gusset on the bottom of this pouch. 350 grams, relatively thin retort pouch. Easily wrinkled, easily damaged, but this one looks fine. And it is pork meatballs with pasta. And it is about 400 calories for that main. Not too bad. A soap pad. Wow, it's a scouring pad and a large sized one. 2 teas so far. Ooh, this is one of the greatest things ever made. Chocolate cake that is mysteriously delicious, I'm telling you. Moist wipes, a couple of those, and a nice paper pack that feels like a wax paper. Oh geez, there's your spoon. It's made of wood. That's okay, I guess. Sort of. I mean, you can do that launch movement at least once with it without it breaking. We'll see. Whoa, what's that? Proteo Plus fruit and protein mix, ready to drink. It's made of fruit puree and then soy protein. Huh, I've never heard of anything like this. A fruit juice with soy protein added, and it's in like a little pack. I don't know, I think it's like 8 grams of protein in there. Hydration, carbohydrate with some protein. You know, it's actually kind of cool. It's like a Zapple sauce with a little soy protein added, pretty much. Here's your paper tissue, and look at this top. It's like a paper, wax paper coated top. Toilet paper, gotta have it. Like that and moist towelettes. Taking good care of you with this thing. Sweet biscuits, there's another. 55 grams of that. 65 grams salty biscuits. They're more dense, I suppose. Look at this, an Espit stove. Each fuel tablet's self-contained and packed. It no longer smells like a fish fest, I'm telling you. And aqua tabs, water purification tablets, some matches, very nice, and a striker. Partly skimmed milk powder, another one of those. That's pretty cool. 20 grams. And there's a Ziploc bag for packing out trash or having your components that are partially used, maybe. You know, you might open up a pack of biscuits and you gotta throw it in something if you didn't finish it. And this is beef chili con carne. 350 grams. Here. Oh wow, look at that. Fruit jelly. And it's kind of like, it's pretty, I wonder if it's melting. It almost feels like it's maybe a sticky one. It's a jelly bar. 30-gram pack. Look at this. Dates and walnuts bar. Oh wow, that's really nice. It'll provide fiber and potassium and good healthy fats. Look at this, a chocolate bar, dark chocolate, 25 grams. Apricots and raisins, vacuum sealed. Pack of fruit. Hot sauce, that's awesome. 12 grams. Wonder how hot it gets. It's a spicy or a more vinegary. Who knows? You get more sugar. There's another 8-gram pack. See if, oh, this one's a leaker. Look, see that? Gotta be careful with that. 8 grams of sugar, probably more like 7 left in that one. Chewing gum, that's really nice with sweeteners. Get like 4 pieces. Chili powder. Pack of chili powder, 5 grams. Guess that's for your beef chili con carne if it's not strong enough of a seasoning. Another salt and pepper, you get 2 of them. 1 for each of your mains. 4 sugars, 2 teas, and 1 pack of coffee. Okay, so there's everything laid out. Let's first start off with breakfast. Okay, and for breakfast, we're going to be starting the day off right. Let's get this out on your tray. Nice. Okay, let's first start off by checking out that coffee. That's a strong spray dried. Here, do this. That stuff is like coffee extract of the highest grade. This is a really nice ration. Tons of components. Allows for additional menu variation, and it comes in Western, halal, and vegetarian. 3 menus for each. Made in Spain by Jomipsa. Most, if not all, of the components. That's the funny thing about it. I mean, really, look. Like this too. Any of them. All of it. Produced in-house. Nice. Let's see here. Something like that. Nice little cushion. Paper cushion to this pack. Salty biscuits. Smell like a nice buttered and relatively hearty biscuit. Like a appearance of hardtack. Oh yeah. They're also rather dense. And they smell nice, like a sweet malted grain. Time for some hummus. That smells very natural with lemon juice. Like a nice tart lemon juice going on. Ooh, here. It's rather beany. There's like low moisture content. That's good. There's not a lot of oil either. It's well integrated. The tahini and sunflower oil. Curious if kneading the packaging would have assisted with its consistency, or if it's just fine as is. Not too bad. Get a little bit to try on its own. Let's check it out. A bit bland. It's fresh, and tahini and chickpeas has a distinct flavor. I say it's some pretty good hummus. It's a welcome addition to a ration. Might be the first, maybe second time I've seen it. And first time in tri-laminate. Pretty much just another way of canning. So it makes sense as a component. Let's try the salty biscuit on its own. A good wholesome crunch. It's not overly thirst-provoking. A bit dry, but it has a relative amount of shortening. Like, kind of like a butter flavor with some salt. It's pretty much like a buttery, salted biscuit. It's got a nice crunch. It's pretty good even just on its own. Passing grade. This thing, here. Yeah, now you can get it out. Tear it down there, you'd lose a piece. It's almost like a First Strike energy bar. Yeah, it almost smells like it might have fruit, or maybe it's just the glucose syrup with oats and cocoa powder, and possibly some sort of fat. Oh look, almonds. Maybe like an almond paste with pieces of almond. It's not too sticky. Dates and walnut bar. Look at that, you can peel it open. Reasonable. Looks like it's got a rice paper coating, and that will prevent it from sticking too much. There's like a strip that doesn't fully cover it. Looks like they had the measurement off on mass production or something. Look at that. There's like a 1/8 of an inch or something there that isn't covered by rice paper, which that's edible. You don't have to peel it off. It smells like an office furniture store. Not like a date walnut bar at all. What do we have here? Oh wow. All these snacks. Still plenty for lunch and dinner. Look at this, a fruit jelly bar with sugar coating that's already kind of melted down. Wonder how it would be by August 2026. Just another 2 years ahead or so. It is smelling lightly tart like apricot. And look at this thing. It is sticky. Apricots and raisins. Starting the day off right. Whoa. Dried fruit. It doesn't have a whole bunch of additional sulfite, so it'll just naturally darken, which is great. That is awesome. Probably just, probably just a little lemon juice or something to keep it from turning completely darkened. Look at that, all natural. Vegan protein shake. Oh boy. Soy protein. Hey, that's nice. You know, if you weren't eating meat, you could trade your mains off for stuff like this. This smells like vanilla, maybe. This is lemon flavor, but it smells like vanilla. Oh no, this is going to take a long time to stir. Look at that stuff. That's like inhumane. There's not going to be any water left by it's stirred. It's just going to be plaster here. Mayday. We're going to have to hold this while stirring it. Take 2 hands for this bad boy right here. Jeez. It smells like cookie dough, like an eggy cookie dough. I figure it's like pudding. Should I have put it in a large glass? Here. Oh wow. That is like a delicious, like a lemon pudding protein. And it tastes like egg, like a meringue almost. Now how do you open this thing? They give you no tear notch. They're counting on you having a knife out in the field, and if you don't, you're just gonna have to use your teeth. Okay. Protein juice. Let's see what it looks like. Here, let's get this out into a glass. Not bad. It is juice with protein. Why not a hummus biscuit? That's like butter. The tahini and chickpeas are well blended. It's not granular, yet it still tastes very natural. And with that biscuit, which has some shortening and a fantastic crunch, makes for a winning combination. Starting the day off right, you know, this shake. It's so thick, it's pretty much like a pudding. Something like this, make you go vegan for a day. So you end up getting probably a stomach cramp. This stuff's pretty weird. Who knows? Doesn't blend very well, but, you know, after it takes you about a day or two to mix, it's worth it. The spoon isn't the best, but this has a slight grain flavor, like a foodie grain, which takes probably half a ton of sweetener to cover up, but the creamy lemon flavor is not bad. It's thickened with guar gum, which definitely works well without having to add a whole bunch of extra saturated fat, which would be nice to bolster it. Even though it's thickened with guar gum, it seems relatively low calorie. It's mostly protein and thickening agent with some fat and carbohydrate. Surprisingly enjoyable. Perfect for breakfast and as one of your protein components. That looks like oil. Look at that. That's probably like soybean oil or something. Look at that down there. See that thing? That is tart with like an orange flavor, like an orange concentrate, orange peel almost, and a little bit granular. It has soy protein as well. This and the lemon pudding is going hand in hand. That lemon pudding is not milk cream, you know, so it's not going to coagulate. It'll be fine with this. Okay, so that's like apple and orange concentrate, like a juice concentrate. It is mixed with soy protein, which thickens it and gives you like 8 grams of protein in what is almost like an applesauce protein mix. It's brilliant. It really is. I mean, sure, soy protein's cheap and demoralizing, but you know what? It's better than no protein at all. The coffee. The scent of it is a bit spray dried in its regard of like a total military ration coffee, make you grow a little hair on your chest kind of beverage, but it really is passing grade. You can tell just by the visual on a spray dried if it's good quality or not, and that's a good quality spray dried coffee. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst, and I think it's better than it used to be. the jelly bar. A notable citrus orange and apricot mixture. Very soft and gelatinous, like sticky, and higher moisture content than usual for a jelly bar. That has an outrageously good chew. Slightly granular from the sugar, but it's satisfying and has great flavor. What about this thing? Fibrous from the date. So it has like a slight roughage to the chew, and it's not sticky to touch. Great flavor, well integrated. It has a nice almond paste along with pieces of almond, which gives some crunch. This, a chocolate oatmeal bar. It's fruit and nut. Little sesame seed. There are pieces of seed in there. Crunches of bits of goodness and rice puff. Plus there's like rich chocolate. Look at that dark part. Very natural and nutritionally balanced. Juicy raisins. Look at that thing. Intense flavor. I mean, unbelievable. Really. That is the most like definitive flavor of raisin. Perfectly ripened, not too fibrous, excellent chew, satisfying, soft chew, not an unpleasant crunch to the apricot. It is nature's dessert. Look at this hummus. It's not overly processed. It's looking pretty natural. Tastes like hummus on buttered toast. It's filling too. Really hits the spot. Great for breakfast. Lemon protein pudding. I mean, it just kept thickening. There's so much guar gum in there. It is like, you would have had to have added to 20 ounces to make it a normal shake. Not a bad ration. I mean, the pudding's a bit odd. But hey, I'll give him a pass on that. This bar's got a pretty dense chew to it. You gotta take your time with that thing. Fruit bar that smells like a wooden office desk. I knew they did that on purpose. It's quite chewy and fibrous. Speaking of which, this thing's got 54 grams of fiber throughout the whole ration. That's more fiber than most people eat in a week. As for this, that coffee, passing grade. Sweet biscuits, they need a little bit more shortening. And they're even 10 grams lighter for the full pack, so it's a slightly lighter biscuit. They gotta add that fat in there. That's the problem. Might make it less shelf stable though. But this thing here, probably go rancid faster. The salty biscuit. Sweet biscuits probably last out longer than just about anything else other than the coffee. As for this fruit juice protein, I want to just eat it with a spoon, but it's almost like you lose a sip by drinking it out of a glass, but it is technically a beverage. Quick acting calories in that pack. That's something you're going to save for when you really need it. That was a well balanced and absolutely delicious breakfast. In about 3 or 4 hours, we're going to take it over to lunch. Okay, and for lunch, we're going to be having another huge meal. All right, let's get this sat onto a tray. Nice. Okay, let's first start off by checking out that tea. That is a vibrant and slightly floral sweet black tea. It's pretty good quality. There's just not a lot in there. I mean, it's just like a little smidgen. Kind of a shame, but oh well, we'll drop a mess cup. There we go. Nice little tea bag. We'll add the partly skimmed milk powder and sugar briefly after it steeps. Isotonic vitamin and mineral drink apple flavor. Sugar, dextrose, maltodextrin, anti-caking agent, silicone dioxide. That's really important. B complex, various vitamins, potassium, iodide, electrolytes and vitamins. Almost seems like an artificial apple. The utility behind a beverage base is often overlooked, and something like this might not be enough if you ask me. One in the whole ration. I mean, there should be 2 or 3 in a 24-hour. Nuts and raisins. Looking pretty good. Chocolate cake. This stuff is mild cocoa smell. Smells like just a basic chocolate cake, but look at this. Orifo makes these too, and not sure if it's the exact same recipe, but it is in this wax paper. Sometimes it sticks. Like you'll lose a whole bite. Let's see how much stuck to the paper. Just a little bit. The paper is like wet. It's strange how much moisture is held in that paper. The chili. We boiled this in the pouch for about 8 minutes. And this thing's like a bowl. You just probably drop the salty biscuits right in here. You know, and this is the part that if you ever want to cut it lower with these kinds of pouches, you gotta do this. Here. You don't want to pull too hard. Be delicate with this sort of thing. But even this, still iffy. Like, what am I doing? Right? Well, here, hold on. It'd probably peel it. That tape, that keep it from happening. Now, here's the tough part, getting that very end. Can you do it without making a big old mess? Probably. One more little snip. Here. Got yourself a nice chili bowl. Yeah, it's a high fat content. Reasonable, at least. Nice looking chili. Look at the oil. Looks like rice in there too. Salty biscuits. These here are probably more versatile in their usage than the sweet. Use them for the mains and the hummus. Just a tad bit dry, but I say out of the two, it's more effective of a component for rations. Now let's see here. That's a pretty thick chili. Look at this. Nice red beans with rice and beef and tomato paste. It's a mild chili. On its own, it has a little bit of kick, but not much. Surprisingly, more thick in its texture and consistency than I'd expect. Like really just adding, oh wow, that has a great chili flavor. It's pretty spicy on its own. Am I sure I want to add this? Let's check it out. That's a huge pack of chili powder. 5 grams, that's way too much. What do they want you to season? Here. We're putting the whole thing in there. Like maybe we could make croutons with this here. You just add this in. The milk. Smells fresh. That's good. 8 grams of sugar. Would you like some tea with your milk? Might as well. Here, let's put a little salt in the chili and in the beverage base. Just a little bit. Bring out some flavor. So I really lost it this time. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Add a little salt. Brings out the flavor of an electrolyte beverage base. You really can't go wrong with that. It's a great place to put it. Now the tea, it's too decadent. The milk, it's almost like the milk is for an actual milk beverage. I mean, the amount they give you, it's like you could pretty much have a glass of milk. This is the most delicious military ration tea. Let's check out this cake. Goes hand in hand with the tea. This cake is so dense and chewy. It's almost too chewy. It's caught in your teeth. I guess that's the trade-off. Yeah, it's too chewy. Doesn't even matter. It's so satisfying. The texture. It's like the top layer is cake, but it's almost like a frosting. That's a sticky top to it. And the bottom part is a little more dry, but it's almost like a seat cushion type texture. Flavor. It's not that sweet. It's kind of odd. It's like great, but then not. Because it gets caught in your teeth too easily. It's like not easy to eat that thing. It's a slow chew. Finally get over to some of this trail mix. 4,035 calories in this thing. And a lot of the caloric contents and real nutritional value. Cashews and some really dark green pumpkin seeds. Almond. Soft cashews. Very mild flavor. Like, really, it's mostly getting flavored by the sweetness of those raisins. Pumpkin seeds. That's going to provide copper, magnesium, fiber, and poly and monounsaturated fats, protein, all of it, with natural sugar from the raisins. Calorie dense with really bioavailable nutrition, like real food. This is thickened a little bit. Look at that. I need to hold it like so. Got your chili bowl. Let's see how big this portion is. Red bell pepper. Get your vegetables. That looks like a meal. Look at that. Get your bread with your chili. Oh wow, that's perfection. Look how that worked. Fantastic. Listen to that. Well, it really breaks out to a lot of food once you add the biscuit. Thickens it as well. And I think it makes for a more efficient chili. Get your calories. Gonna need them. Is that a piece of corn in there? Uh-oh. Chili powder adds the kick that it needs. Flavorful. I mean, it's like world-class chili. This thing could win awards for a retort pouch chili of the year. This is a properly doctored up chili. Like a shelf-stable chili that has been pretty much enhanced to the max with what's available. And it tastes like a taco pie. You know, that chili's got so much kick I'm starting to sweat. This is awesome. Jomipsa is really coming through with a outstanding main course here. Surprising. I mean, I think they know it too. It's like, okay, so if you want something that's lighter and you need to eat it fast and you don't need to be bogged down or anything, we have that option for you as a standalone. Anyway. I need more beverage base here. Really, I don't even care if it's watered down too much. Gonna need more water for this one, realistically. So, emergency additional water there, gonna need it. I'm surprised they only give you one beverage base. Like, with extreme amounts of sweating, that beverage base is really useful. The biscuit really does make this filling. It'll make you sweat along with that chili powder, I'm telling you. I just had one piece of beef that was like not minced as much. It was like a whole bite. That was a perfect lunch. Okay, now we're back with dinner. Not bad. Alright, let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. Okay, let's first start off by checking out some soup. Vegetable soup. Oh gosh, look at this stuff. Oh man. You know, these guys, you gotta be careful. They open up their soup, they're gonna leave a trail behind. The enemy just might find them by their little soup trail. And what does it smell like? Like a savory, like potato leek. Onion. Nice. Thin soup is what I'm gonna be working with here. Let's get a spoon. Imagine being stuck with an Espat stove like this while you're heating up your main, and like there is no advantage to that stove for retort pouch. If you have stormy weather, wind, if you're in an enclosed space, none of that's gonna work out too well. That almost tastes like chicken broth. Tomato, a little bit of onion, leek for sure, and potato. Thickener. That is a genuinely satisfying vegetable soup. And let's have some tea. Let's go ahead and check out a couple other things here. Like this. Paper tissues. Reminds me of the old bandage wrappers from like back in the day. Looks like some kind of like gauze wrapper. wax paper on the inside. Looks like you get probably 10 or 12 toilet papers or tissue. It's pretty nice. Just normal, humane toilet tissue. It's a lot better than US MRE in that regard, but hey, US MRE toilet paper, once you get used to it, it's actually pretty effective. One pack is plenty. Malted sweet whole wheat grain, almost like a hardtack, but light, airy, and a little bit of shortening, but not too much. Let's see here. Crunchy muesli with fruits. It smells like cinnamon, sugar, and molasses. 2 slices of banana. Just for good measure. Oh geez, look at these. That is looking like it came out of a cheap Italian food restaurant where the food is overpriced and smells like tomato sauce everywhere. Look at that. Check out this chocolate bar. Oh, whoa, look at the bloom. The chocolate bars a bit bloomed. Fat separation. Elbow macaroni with meatballs. Look at that. Nice, huge meatballs for retort. Biggest meatballs I've ever seen. Absolutely fantastic cross section. Look at this. Those are delicate. That is a melt in your mouth meatball. Slow cooked. Thin sauce. Thin flavor. Like really not a lot of flavor. Surprisingly. The sauce itself is a relatively basic tomato sauce and it's mild. The pasta is soft but not al dente soft, thankfully. It's not bad, but it could use a little kick. Let's add this hot sauce. Let's see what it looks like. I think there might be chili oil in there. Look. Whoa, that's the hottest hot sauce I've ever had in a ration. It's even spicier than Diggity Dog. Just that little bit is unbelievable. It is the highest Scoville by far. Let's put the whole thing on here. That is savage. It's the most unbelievably spicy sauce. Just a little bit. No joke. I mean, it's so insanely spicy that the back of my throat is burning, but it's like kind of nice. It's like a cool burn. This seems like it'd cure what ails you. Comfort food. It's flavorful. I mean, it's just, it's the hot sauce. It's exciting. Look at that. Reminds me of like Japanese ration meats. It's almost like a pate in its softness. And the flavor with the hot sauce, incredible. Really. It's like tactical diner food. It's almost like a pasta bolognese or something, but with meatballs. I mean, the tomato sauce has a little bit of a minced amount of meat in there. Flavor's not bad. Modified food starch thickener, it seems. But not too much. Canned flavor, but relatively fresh canned. It's not a metallic monstrosity. It's not too bad for tomato sauce or paste. It's relatively normal, straightforward flavor. Nutritional value in that regard. It's like, how do you get a vegetable without it being a mushy vegetable? What an excellent ration component. Once you add the hot sauce, in a league of its own. So good that you'll be looking forward to it again at least once or twice. Vegetable soup. Have it as a beverage. That's the way to go. It has a nice little salad bar kind of flavor to it. Like it's just real diced up weird salad and potato salad at that. Let's have a sweet biscuit. It has a definitive malted cookie smell. It's better for after this. It's like it kind of tastes like dessert. Just a little bit. Speaking of which, let's check out some oatmeal crunch stuff. Smells like cinnamon, coconut, banana. That's too hard. A little piece of like barley grain. Oatmeal cluster with brown sugar and some kind of puffed cereal. Puffed barley, perhaps. A snack that you can enjoy on the go and real fast because there's not much of it. Look at that raisin. The puffed barley with the oatmeal crunch. Let's get a toasty bite. Let's make that nice perfect tea again. That milk is impressive. 22 grams, 44 grams total. This is what you do with these. It is sublime. Like bold black tea. And it's long steeped and done right. Look at that bloomed chocolate. I don't know how that happened. Heat stress. The rest of the ration's fine. Less than a year old. Crumbly. Excellent definition to that dark chocolate. I mean, the flavor is definitive and rich. It is a sweet and absolutely fantastic dark chocolate that unfortunately has some fat separation and bloom, so it's a bit crumbly. That'll shorten the shelf life significantly. This thing won't even be good for another 6 months. Let's finish it with some palate cleansing vegetable soup. Look at this. Check it out. A little weird flavor bit. It's like a non-fully mixed bite. It's almost like a soft potato crouton thing. Full of flavor. This be great after a long day. You're sweated out. Get some sodium back in your system. Leek potato soup with onion. Par for the course for a quality soup and a ration that's about mid-level budget for modern times. If they had an FRH in there, that was about it, huh? I think there might be something else here, but we'll see. That's right. The chewing gum has every kind of sweetener known to man. Let's see. What's going on? 4 of them, right? Not bad. One for in between each meal, and then the other one for, well, let's see. Which one's the best? How about that one? Soft chew. No shellac. It's just a very soft bite and no crunch. A dull yet very strong peppermint. Spearmint. Both. A sticky chew. Slightly firm. Very strong. Saliva producing to the max. Intense. For utility. Not so much for being the healthiest or most natural. Extra minty. Extra strong. That's like a lavender detergent lemon. Moist towelette. Very nice. You get 2 of those. Better than nothing. I mean, still reasonable quality. The ration itself, definitely passing grade. It needs 2 flameless ration heaters. Outside of that, I say this thing's definitely a good combat ration. Well, anyway, this is Steve 1989. Hope you liked the video, and I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old. Alright, cool. See ya.